The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night, and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice.
How do you do?
I jump at the sound of there's thunder. I jump at the sound of his voice, and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for?
Ugh.
I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you.
Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon?
Huh.
I didn't hear anything.
What?
What?
What? Regardless, 3-hour gross puff. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Bud.
Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us.
Ugh, my dad's here.
I turn around to find Lucien standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids.
Oh.
Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. I tried to do that all in one breath. It didn't end well. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it.
Oh.
Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2. Evil never dies.
What?
Evil Neville Life. You watching that?
Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Good luck with that, Dad.
Lucien rejoins his friends, and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what?
It's nothing. My son loves to tease.
We wait in line for a little longer, and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Are you okay?
Yeah. Is everything okay, bro? Everything's perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better.
Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying.
I love
hated that
Halloween
movie.
Town. Why did you hate it?
I don't know why, I just did.
Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film I've never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. Looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second.
Hold his hand.
Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
Oh my.
You must be joking. I love horror movies.
The lights dim for the film.
Ah!
He just screamed. Damien screams.
I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all.
We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking.
Ugh.
The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin.
Romulus Bad Blood. Oh. Awaken my coven.
Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor.
Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemies. Yes, husband, but also I want to see this movie. Jesus, it is time.
The three look at each other, and then to the camera.
For the Vampire Crusade.
This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick.
Ugh.
We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with.
Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. You look so concerned. Poor boy. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you.
What?
Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera.
Ah!
Damien
Nom,
screams
nom, nom.
again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Ah!
There's blood happening. Ow! I ripped my headphones out again, for fuck's
Good
sake.
job.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap.
Fuck. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got an extremely scary section.
Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it.
He is adorable.
I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try and make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie.
Dad joke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where does a dog go when it loses its tail?
Ah!
Where?
To the retail store. I yell that last bit a little too loud for the crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile form on Damien's face.
Ah.
Good one, Reese.
The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better.
He might have. Poor guy.
We get to the final scene of the movie, where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in this crypt.
It appears that the true vampire crusade was a vampire crusade in our hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts.
Romulus and the General's wife begin making out. Hard.
What?
The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen, but then it cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmilla, who watch the two from afar. Oh no! Twist ending.
Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us all by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again.
More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end.
How dramatic.
Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated.
What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore.
Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire charities than I thought there would be.
The night is young, let's take a stroll.
Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it?
As lovely as company, yes.
Smooth. He thinks I'm lovely! Damn. Okay, here comes the smooth response.
Oh no. Thanks.
Thanks.
No problem.
Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator.
You're lovely. Thanks.
Well, it's better than saying okay.
We're cool. You're lovely. Cool, bro.
Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat.
Oh.
Worry not, friend. I have a plan.
We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What?
I am all for cemetery dates.
Are we going in there?
Yes. A little bit of Victorian flavor, Reese. Trust me.
I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels glare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic.
Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition. An appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say?
With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket.
And then a bush rustles and he screams.
Wait, where are you hiding that?
Under my cloak?
Oh, right. Damien, how, though?
No, I'm wondering that too.
Damien unfolds the blanket, and we both sit down, gazing out at the the city lights.
Especially since he had to be hiding that under his cloak at a movie.
Yeah. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses.
In the Victorian era, there were no. Why do I keep saying area? Jesus. There were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and find sculptures.
That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't.
He sighs deeply.
Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. The pouty face. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if it's because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times.
Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie.
It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one. Thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there's something rather beautiful about them. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. I keep burping. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second.
We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that?
Ah!
I'm not sure.
It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us. Its shape taking on a more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster.
Ah!
Woof!
Oh.
Oh.
Work, work. It's a dog.
As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest-looking Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily.
Oh.
What a beautiful dog. Hey,
We both look up, not expecting to see.
thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids?
What?
What?
I didn't know you had a dog.
Hey.
This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids.
Damien and I share a look.
Oh.
May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though.
Hey.
Not to worry.
Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there?
What is happening with his cloak?
The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur.
Thanks. My absolute pleasure.
Damien shakes the dog's paw.
Oh.
Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again.
Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs.
Oh.
Victorians loved dogs. Actually, most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too.
Yeah, man, dogs are cool.
Dog. Doggy. Puppery. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home?
Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep.
Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight.
Damien, it was my pleasure.
Reese, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection.
Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand.
Keeping this shit in his cloak.
Wow, thank you, Damien.
Next thing I know, he's gonna pull out a fucking kitten.
I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost.
A noble purpose.
Damien shuffles his feet.
Aww. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you.
Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand.
You're so cute! Oh my god! I must take my leave. Good night.
Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Were you watching me from the window?
No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie?
Lots of vampire titties.
Yeah.
Told you.
But, as it turns out, Damien is scared. Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool it's scary. Nice save, Reese. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that.
She looks photographed. Wow, that's pretty punk.
Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though.
Can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf?
How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow.
I don't trust you.
Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will you?
I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight.
I'm sensing
Yes.
a romance between us. A chemical romance.
He just said, I'm sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance.
So it would be our chemical romance instead of my chemical romance?
Yes. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decide to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sounds of a suburban city with low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game, regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner, nursing a cocktail.
Hey.
Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad.
Hey.
She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. Let's say hi. I decide to go say hello and walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. This seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me.
Hey.
Hey, cowboy.
You alright?
Never better.
She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh.
Will you walk a gal home?
Yeah. I slide out of the booth. Seems like Mary's having some trouble getting up. I reach out a hand to help her, but she waves me away.
I got it.
She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang out here for a second. I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight.
I know you.
Yeah, it's nothing weird, just...
She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you.
She doesn't, like, go home with... I don't really want to say it. One of the guys she meets?
Nah.
Huh?
Ain't her thing.
Huh. I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms.